Hi, I'm Scott Slaney4, one of the co-founders of Liquidstar. Liquidstar is the Robin Hood meets Uber of electricity. We use mining of Bitcoin and minting of carbon credit NFTs to increase electricity access in remote regions and during planned and unplanned outages, enabling customers to pick up or have electricity delivered to them for various use cases. Currently in 2021, there are almost 1 billion people that don't have access to electricity, resulting in 3.8 million premature deaths and 115 million tons of CO2 released into the atmosphere. Not to mention, the lack of access to electricity means lack of access to the latest in education, health, water cleanliness, and food security too. We believe that this status quo is unacceptable. This problem exists because the return on current off-grid projects is negative. Those returns are negative because it's expensive to build, maintain, and operate off-grid infrastructure, not to mention devices are constantly becoming more energy efficient. So while the time spent interacting with electricity might increase, the amount of electricity consumed doesn't increase at the same rate. Using Nigeria as an example that's representative of the problems globally, it costs $150 per meter to build overhead wires there and $178 in the US. This type of capital expenditure in Nigeria is difficult to justify when you consider that in the US, we are struggling to maintain and update our grid, and our end customers' ability to pay is almost 30 times higher. Then there are other factors like high rates of energy theft in most emerging markets, where 40% of all electricity generated is stolen. The result is people in emerging economies get their energy from sources that cause both air and noise pollution, negatively impacts their health, is unreliable, and to top it all off, they end up paying more than we do here in the United States. Our solution is to use an energy balance algorithm to maximize the return on renewable off-grid energy infrastructure by smartly choosing how energy is divided between battery rentals, e-moto charging, and water pumping and purification. We can create a more profitable use case for electricity. And then when these services aren't in use, we can augment our revenue stream by mining Bitcoin and minting and selling carbon credit NFTs. The result is that we can enable the e-ecosystems of the future, a profitable, cheap, sustainable, and clean way for people to get electricity that will enable individuals in Liquidstar powered communities to significantly increase their standard of living. We do this by enabling remote controlled electron wells via a dashboard that facilitates the management of the waypoint and regulates the end customer interactions of renting batteries and e-motos and purchasing clean water. Waypoints can be configured based on the needs and budgets of a local community, enabling the usage and charging of everything from cell phones to TVs to e-bikes. Our solution has the power to profitably provide sustainable electricity in primarily two use cases. The first use case is in the off-grid market. By augmenting battery rental and water purchases with the mining of cryptocurrency and minting of carbon credit NFTs, we estimate each waypoint can generate 25,000 US dollars per year, paying for itself in just 4 years. The impact of each deployment is power and water for up to 168 households, preventing up to 30 premature deaths and eliminating between 1.5 and 8.6 million pounds of CO2 from the atmosphere over a 10-year period. The second use case, using the same waypoints, which we have explored with utilities in Australia, is using the waypoints to replace dirty and polluting diesel generators used during planned and unplanned outages. Since these devices sit idle 99% of the time, while idle, they could mine green Bitcoin and generate as much as $150,000 over its 10-year lifespan, while still being able to be deployed during emergencies as needed. The last 2.5 years have led us to this, and over that time, we've developed our own software platform and an extensive hardware partner ecosystem, rapidly turning our vision into reality. Additionally, we have global traction and incredible partners in every one of our initial target countries. The combination of our partners and technology gives us a strong and defensible position. And Liquidstar is at the intersection of game-changing megatrends, and we feel that Liquidstar is the key building block for the future of electron-based economies. Our team is made up of a solar engineer, software and hardware engineers, management consultant, and serial entrepreneurs. Liquidstar is built on top of three projects developed by our team: BlockPass, a blockchain-enabled identity tool with thousands of users; Sunburning, a tool to manage metering and our solar data logger, which generates an NFT for each ton of carbon Liquidstar replaces, holding ourselves accountable to the SDGs. We are in the process of raising between 1.5 and 2.5 million US dollars so we can execute on our current pipeline of opportunities. If we if we reach 1 million customers in 5 years, we will generate $70 million in revenue per year. But we aren't stopping there. Our goal is to solve 10% of UN SDG 7, and that will require us to deploy 120,000 waypoints. And the result of that will be the prevention of 2 million premature deaths annually, removal of 1 trillion pounds of CO2 from the air, all while generating $5.5 billion in revenue per year. We are also looking for people that want to help us on our mission. Thanks so much for your time.